The following review may contain spoilers. The Seth Rogen performances carry the film for the first act or so. He's genuinely believable as two different people here. You kind of go with it even though they of course have the exact same face, the two characters that is. The great-grandfather character Herschel deepens his voice and has a very strong accent, but there are subtler things in the performance that are very effective here. When Rogen is Herschel, he hardly blinks as he is seemingly so wide-eyed at this new world he has entered. And his body language is tense as he's always ready to have a fist fight with anyone who crosses him. And then the great-grandson character Ben is just your typical hipster nerdy guy. Ben's glasses actually make his eyes look lighter in tone to Herschel's. Herschel's just seem darker without the glasses, and all of this actually helps the illusion that these are two different people. Also, it could be the beard that makes his face wider, but Herschel even looks a few pounds heavier than Ben. All in all, two great performances from Seth Rogen here. The special effects are superb. At this point, it's almost not even worth talking about, as Hollywood special effects are almost always good, and we can basically just take them for granted. I think there's only one scene, one of the outdoor shots of the two Seth Rogens walking together, that it looks a little off in the lighting. Other than that, the rest of the film is technically flawless here. There's a great idea in the beginning of the film when the movie goes from a square aspect ratio to widescreen when we get to modern day. We've seen aspect ratios be played with before. Recently, Spike Lee did it with The Five Bloods. Here it's done very cleverly as it goes to widescreen and then immediately a drone appears in the shot, clearly and succinctly establishing the transition to modern day. The movie just falls apart after the two characters get arrested for attacking some construction workers. Everything in the plot just seems to advance way too quickly. Ben and Herschel instantly have a falling out because Ben loses his chance to sell the app he's been working on because of his new arrest record. Herschel leaves to start his pickle business, and then the rest of the movie is basically just the two characters getting revenge on each other. The first act felt like a different movie. The whole beginning with Herschel's life with Sarah was well done, and when he gets to modern times and discovers a new world is also fun. But then after Ben and Herschel have the falling out, the movie goes from quirky and fun to just a silly lowbrow comedy with not that many big laughs. At the end of the film, Herschel shaves his beard and basically Herschel and Ben look like twins. Herschel tells Ben that he has him all wrong and that he's proud of him. I think this scene is basically the essence of the movie. Ben is kind of dealing with his low self-esteem and low self-confidence and sadness about losing his parents in a car accident. So really when Herschel is talking to Ben, he looks exactly like Ben, it's really more like Ben is talking to himself. It's like he's coming to a self-realization, getting over his pain, and trying to move forward with his life. If they stuck with this as the central theme throughout the whole movie, I think it would have fixed a lot of the problems in the script. So really, Herschel would be more like a symbolic version of the voice of doubt and insecurity inside Ben's head, but then turns it around at the end when he comes to his self-realization. Another theme it could have played with in a better way is old school thinking versus new school. The film does make a lot of comments about modern life, PC culture, cancel culture, hipsters, etc., but really doesn't focus on any of them too much. If Herschel represented like this old school way of thinking, maybe it could have even been like a subtle conservative versus liberal thing. Then the film would have just felt more focused. Maybe Ben is trying to get Herschel to adapt to modern life and abandon his old ways of thinking, a struggle a lot of us have in modern day with older relatives. The film could have chosen either of these themes to focus on, but it just touches on a lot of different things in short bits, making it feel scattershot. My final rating for An American Pickle is 2 stars. As of the making of this video, the Rotten Tomatoes percentage for An American Pickle is 74%, which is just about right. Just a quick section on the Rotten Tomatoes review blurbs. There are a lot of pickle puns. To put it nicely, stuff like this just make it seem like you're not taking the job of film criticism all that seriously. One of the puns comes from Owen Gleiberman. Although I could not back this up with an internet search, I remember he put the god-awful disaster movie Twister in his top 10 list, and I basically tuned him out as a critic after that. That was back in 1996. How this guy has been paid for his thoughts on movies for this long is just nothing short of mind-boggling. Here's a quick ranking of all the Seth Rogen comedies that I've seen where he's the lead or one of the lead actors. At number 9, I would put Long Shot. I just remember not laughing that much during this movie at all. At number 8, I would put American Pickle. At number 7, I would put This Is the End. Although this movie was funny, it really just felt like a huge vanity project. At number 6, Neighbors, a mostly enjoyable film with its share of laughs. At number 5, Pineapple Express, which had a lot of good ideas and is one of several Seth Rogen projects that has the importance of friendship as its central theme. At number 4, Green Hornet. I feel like this is an underrated film, a lot of laughs, and it's well directed by Michel Gondry. The next two films are Judd Apatow collaborations. At number 3, Funny People, another underrated movie, just wish they went with a darker ending here. At number 2, the comedy classic Knocked Up. And at number 1, The Interview. To me, this was just a comedy masterpiece with a really great performance by Randall Park as Kim Jong-un. I don't think that performance was really talked about that much at all. If you never got around to seeing this, I would try to look for it. A lack of thematic focus in the script results in a film that wastes excellent Seth Rogen performances. Definitely not worth paying a $15 HBO Max subscription for this, but maybe you can sign up and do the free trial and then just cancel it.